The education program started in 1985 and it grew out of a need. At that time, the people of Mali were suffering a severe drought, and they were doing everything they could just to keep food and water available to their families and keeping them alive. Education was a luxury and it was far out of their reach. That wasn't something that was a priority to them. But it was soon thereafter, when things settled and they became more stabilized and able to care for the basic needs, education became important to them. They could see that it would make a difference in their children's lives, in their lives. And it started with an adult literacy program. And those villages that the village elders and the adults would participate and learn and get an education were then rewarded, and schools were then built in their communities because they showed an interest and a desire. And we started the education program, and from there it's grown and flourished. What's amazing is this generation right now that we're seeing in the school systems in Mali, they are the first truly fully educated group of Malian students. Not even their parents have the education that they've been offered. It's pretty amazing to see them make the progress and change their communities, and they are changing their communities because of education. When we started with education in Mali, girls weren't in school. It was for boys. That was the priority, as the young men were educated. That's who was a family's priority. Now, this many years later, we can say that almost 50% of the attendance is girls. And it warms our hearts because while we love that the boys are getting their education, we know that a girl's education doesn't just change her life. It changes future generations. It changes her children's lives and their children's lives. It's something that we have always had a goal for, and now to see it happening really makes us happy. While the classrooms are really important for these students to have somewhere to go and learn, equally important are the textbooks and the supplies. And I know tonight that's one of the things we will raise money for. And don't underestimate the power of textbooks and supplies and those notebooks and pencils and pens. All of that is needed. We especially want to see textbooks in their native language and teaching about their native culture and teaching about their history. All of that is really important for students to have in the learning process. One of my favorite experiences going to Africa was a dedication of a new school that had been funded by all of these people. And they had a great celebration, and it was a great experience. But my favorite part was going into the classroom. It was probably a classroom of 6, 7-year-olds. And at these desks that we would typically only put 2 children at, were 4 children at every desk. They were just packed in there, and they wanted to be there. And they sat side by side, and here are these notebooks that you look at them, and every square inch, every margin, every top of the page, every corner of the page is filled with their work. And it just warms my heart to see these cute little kids that a notebook is a prized possession for them. They have this notebook with their work, and they are so proud of what they've been able to do. I wish all of the donors could have a chance to see those kids with their notebooks. It's the payoff. It's the payoff.